Hi Taurus, welcome to your 2024 forecast reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Whew, you guys are the second sign I'm recording for. I was kind of doubting, like, should I just finish all the fire signs first, or shall I just go with the, go by the zodiac sign cycle? So I guess you guys, showed up in my energy pretty strongly. So I was like, okay, take it easy, Taurus. I will focus on you. um, all right, Taurus. First and foremost, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you are finding like healthy, balanced ways to like cope with everything that is going on in the world and within us as a collective. And it's just like it's a lot of different energies and fluctuating, going up and down. So hope you guys are taking your own health and mental health into account just as much as you're trying to show up for everything and everybody in the world. I just wanted to put that out there for you guys for some reason. Try and find a balance as much as you can. It's very hard to navigate, but try to find a balance. We're moving into 2024 within like less than 2 weeks. It's like a week and a half, so it's here, almost. It's here while I'm recording this. But this 2024 energy is already super strong because the number 8 doesn't like to wait. I guess, because next year is the number 8 year. And for you guys, I feel for overall, because we're dealing with the number 8 for the collective, and of course everybody has their own personal number year, so it would be highly advised, like check your natal chart to see what type of energies is coming through for your own personal number year. But let's focus on the collective for a little bit. So for everybody, it's, number 8. Number 8 stands for death and rebirth and transformation and change and growing and evolving and all of that. So definitely a lot of things will shift, will change, will be different, will need different type of coping or different type of handling things and going about things. Of course, it also is crowned by this major conjunction energy we're dealing with in April of 2024, which it will be in conjunction between Jupiter, the planet of like expansion and growth and change, in combination with Uranus, which like sudden shift, sudden change, sudden growth, sudden this, sudden that. So unpredictable. I don't really necessarily feel that is something to like fear or try to have boundaries around too much. It's almost like just being conscious, just being aware of what the universe is trying to tell you, is trying to guide you towards. It's like certain signs, certain red flags. Okay, we have major green flags as well, but we have a major red flags that will show themselves waving in your front door, that do really need your awareness and your handling things in such a manner. I don't know who I'm channeling right now, but the words that are coming out. Anyways, like I said, number 8, definitely a strong number, and you will see that. But what the thing is that I'm trying to like sort of build a bridge towards what they want me to share with you and all the things that I've been hearing the moment I started tuning into your energy. What I keep hearing for you guys this year or this coming year is the last chance. Okay, the last chance. Last chance. It is a year full of last chances. And it's not necessary that, hey, if you're not fixing this year, then it's just never gonna happen. I don't wanna, put that time pressure or whatever onto you. It's just about things that you are below the surface or maybe very conscious, aware of that. It might need to come to an end. It might need to, you know, you might need to move yourself, you might need to make that shift, make that change. But I'm hearing like, you know, your Taurus nature, it's like a little bit of stubbornness, ability to just stay so loyal, so connected, so committed. It's like the commitment, right? You guys represent like the Hierophant in the deck, meaning that is all about a deeper level of commitment. It comes from a different space, a different breed, like a different breed. Okay, you guys are different breeds. Okay, and that's why Taurus and Cancers always like get along a lot, because in a lot of ways we understand that level of connection and attachment, sometimes almost to feeling that level of responsibility, of loyalty, and of consistency, and all of that. So with that comes this coping mechanism, I think, of the last chance. You're willing to give certain situations in your life one last chance, and that's it. So you give them another opportunity, you give a workplace one more opportunity, because you just want to make sure that I kind of have, you know, if you have the feeling I feel I need to remove myself, I'm thinking about removing myself, I'm thinking about changing this or changing that, but in order to soothe that part of me that wants to hold on, I'm willing to give it one more chance, one last chance. That's it. Where maybe before you would have able to like give it another shot and give it another shot and maybe talk yourself out of it and talk yourself out of feelings that came with it, and yeah, you know, looking at it from the other person's point of view, or maybe you've overreacted and then you kind of feel overwhelmed by those feelings, and so you kind of are deflecting the situation and reflecting it back on yourself and your own in the moment behavior. So it's like there's a lot of, you know, mending things and keep things going and building, rebuilding it and continue to build it. But that's different about this year. It's like, okay, one last chance. And then you will see that certain things definitely change. And that they can stay and that they will continue to grow. They become unstuck. But you will also know that with certain things and certain people and certain situations, they you know, won't. And that one last chance is just one more time, the same thing, the same result. And then for you to have peace with that within yourself, to then be, take the, you know, action up on that. So that is what's different about this new energy that's coming in next year. We also have, you know, for you guys, that, like I said, that Uranus Jupiter conjunction I wanted to mention earlier on, it's actually in your first house because it is in your sign. Uranus and Jupiter will be in your sign, and that conjunction will take place between the 15th or 14th of April till like the 24th, I believe. So it's like, it's that time spent, it's at its highest, but you can sense the energy overall. It's just, you know, because it's a big thing. It's like, you know, it doesn't happen all the time, okay? All the astrologers out there are like talking about this, but it's not necessarily about, okay, let's dive really, really deep in what it means. I just overall just really want to integrate that energy into the spiritual awareness and the mindset that this new year will benefit, you know, for you, will be beneficial for you. Okay, so let's see what this really is about as well. Is there's also what I wanted to talk about, Taurus, for a little bit, is that you may have had a lot of change already. You've made already, you know, different type of commitments and things like that, and you've maybe been going on a more spiritual path, more alternative ways and things, and maybe you've been keep connecting, keep building bridge between that old sense of self and that, you know, how people view you and what they're used to in the behavior and your belief system, and then the new island that you were building. And it's like, I can go back there and visit that place, so, you know, I can keep this around, but then I go back to my new island. And it's about this year is really about the stepping into that, fully committing to things and understanding that certain things you will give them one last chance, like I said, one more shot to like mend that. But at the same time, you do know that you are really being guided to embrace this new journey, embrace an adventure, embrace change, embrace things, embrace your individualism, like your authenticity. You know, the person you're growing into, the soul's growth you have been going through, and the knowledge and the wisdom that you've gained. And maybe you no longer are that person, but out of loyalty and commitment, you kept building bridges between that old sense of self and that new sense of self. And, you know, wanting to make everybody, or certain people, maybe certain situations, comfortable with you taking on this new sense of self. Becoming aware that this is a year where you're gonna have to choose either or, and you're gonna have to give it one last shot probably, but you're gonna be like, you know what, no, I know that maybe right now I'm choosing for a path that is a lot less consistent, and I don't know where it will bring me, but there's this feeling and this thing inside of me that tells me this is the way to go. Let's just try this. Let's give it a chance. Let's give it a shot. So that's what I'm feeling. They really are asking you, like, are you ready to dive? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to begin again? Are you ready to awake? That's something that they kept saying, because the word rebirth is like capital letters. It's like it's written all over your year. Rebirth, rebirth, rebirth. That is letting go, creating space, nurturing it, and allowing something new to arise. It's all about arising, rising up, rising out of a belief system, rising out of a toxic situation, you know, and rediscovering yourself in this new light. So that's something I'm really feeling very strongly. It's like you're liberating yourself of something. And of course, you know, I'm reading from multiple Tauruses, different ages, different countries, different, you know, background, but it's all that energy for everybody. It's like it's different, but it is all the same, right? Shaman. It came out again. Beautiful. Because earlier on I was like putting the deck together and this card fell out, and now it comes out as first one again. So it's very strong. It's very strong. They're saying insights of the cosmos. It's number 3. Number 3 is very significant for you guys this year, and it says, like on the artwork, it says, am I crazy or is it the moon? Am I crazy or is it the moon? So becoming aware with the shaman card. It's beautiful. It's like understanding that magic and that connection. And it may not always make sense. And you try maybe one more time to make it make sense, but maybe it's about letting it go. And learning how to accept that. So it's more about you than it is about the others. It's about you trusting in you giving yourself the space to jump into that. You listening, because listening is also very important to your own inner compass. Very powerful. Also, what is really important this year for you guys are birds. All kinds of birds, from owls to crows to magpies, and like all kinds of birds. You will see a lot of birds. They will show you certain things. May have like an connection to a bird. I don't know what that is, but that's something that just comes through very strongly together with the number 3. Beautiful. You have 27, which is also such beautiful artwork. I'm in love with this deck. I love this artist, and she recently brought out her own oracle deck, and I'm a fan. May sweet and soft things find you, harmony, ease, inner child, and softness. Beautiful. That is where you're moving towards a much more easy and flowing and harmonious way of building a relationship with yourself, and the role that you allow yourself to play in this world, the grace and the patience that you show for yourself, and not coming from a place of force or harshness or feeling that sense of responsibility. It's good to feel responsible, But if it starts to overbear everything that holds true meaning, then it kind of takes away the power. It overshadows it. It makes you numb and then empty. Okay, it sounds very dramatic, but you know what I'm saying. You also have flower child, Taurus. Beautiful. Momentum, creativity, and action. Momentum, creativity, and action. I'll read what is on this in this book. It says, I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. Beautiful. I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. All right, Taurus, let's jump into some tarot. Which deck? I think I'll start off with this one. Got some cards for the end of 2024 for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising people. And anyone who felt guided to watch this reading. What can they expect? Do they need to be aware of? Do they need to embrace? Beautiful. And again, the number 3. 3 of Pentacles. The Lovers. Yes. King of Pentacles. The 9 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. It's very important to understand that if you choose yourself and you put yourself first, that doesn't always equal doing it by yourself. Okay? Doing it alone. That doesn't always equal that. Throat chakra. Yeah, like no. Leave it like that. Okay? Just because you're choosing yourself, you put yourself first. It doesn't mean you have to push everything away in order to be alone. You can most definitely be embraced by the right type of people, by the right type of group, by the right type of whatever, you know, culture, belief system, you know, spirituality. It doesn't, religion, intellect. It doesn't always have to be or mean by yourself alone. So the King of Pentacles has a little bit of an internal struggle against releasing. It's something about the practicality of it all. It's like it's practical. When you show up in the world, it's practical, it's viewable, is what I'm hearing, like so people can see it, it's tangible. It's like the amount of money or the amount of you do for charity, or how you can help others, or the house you have, or the bed and breakfast you want to start and you want to nurture people, and it's all about what people can see and hear maybe and talk about with you. And it's just a very about feeling secure in what people can see, who and what you are and what you got and where you've grown towards. Sometimes it's very scary to be a beginner in the group, to not be the one that is established and shares that with others, to be the one who shows up in an establishment as a fool, as a beginner, as the first step. And so there is this resistance that was holding you back from actually allowing yourself to bloom. So, and be soft. And soft does not in any way, shape, or form equals weakness. It equals realness and authenticity. And it equals the balance between your masculine and your feminine. So I feel you've gave a lot. You've gave a lot, whether you were like the provider for maybe family members, maybe your partner, maybe your children. You were the provider. That's my role. That's my thing. That's where I'm home at. That's like I'm the one who picks up the the tools and hangs things on the wall. That's my job. That's my job is what I'm hearing. It's my job. It's my role that I play. So becoming aware that there's another role that wants to come forward in your play. Of course it builds up resistance within yourself, because the same commitment and yeah, like commitment and that other word, what was the other word again, loyalty, I think I put it in that direction, like commitment and loyalty you do feel towards keep on showing up, being consistent. There we are. Consistency is sometimes the thing that keeps you away from transforming, from allowing to choose something different, because you need some fuel from somewhere. So with this Three of Pentacles, it's opening up towards your inner child, opening up towards your creativity, towards your softness, towards the things that maybe aren't viewed as practical or tensionable or understandable for everyone. It is embracing your own truth, the thing, the wisdom you collected, not sharing what is fitting for the other person, that their boundaries around what they can understand. I feel like you've really dimmed your light, and I felt there's something with Aries as well. Maybe you are an Aries Taurus cusp, could be, but for you I feel it in a different way. For you I feel it more in like, there was this, it sometimes gets lonely at the top, right? Especially for the King of Pentacles. Like you're the one who they come to for advice, they come to for help, they come to for insights. Especially, with the Hierophant as well. But you guys show up as the King of Pentacles for a reason. It's like everybody that, for example, goes to therapy, right? Like a lot of people, especially when you go to like a deep therapy, like you really need to look at some shit type of therapy. That therapist that creates that space, that has the wisdom and hopefully the experience in their work to be able to give you tools so you can go and help yourself, okay? Because therapy isn't about the person just you go there, you talk about your stuff and it's fixed. It's like, no, they help you find the tools so you can do the work and you can heal. And sometimes that's really what we need. We need the right tools for that. That person also has a person they go to and talk to, sometimes about your case, because they're not allowed to talk to it with anybody else but their own therapist, and they need that in order to get certain things off their minds, put it on the table in order, like, hey, am I going about this in the right way? They're also human. They're not machines. They don't get made in a lab. It's not an AI situation, and I hope that stays that way. Just to do that behind, like this. It's real people. And so that's the thing, understanding that you're not less of a leader when you have a partnership, or when you are the student and the teacher at the same time. It's okay. Like, you're still credible, you're still all of that, and something you're learning about. Yes, you can show up as this, as the provider of the pack, and the leader of the pack. But you can also be the inner child that, loves ice cream and wants to go to a theme park and just be a kid for a day and just, let loose and don't feel the weight of the world, don't feel the weight of all the responsibilities, don't feel the weight of everything you talk yourself into that you need to do when you come to being loyal. Because like I said, you and me both, I understand it. It goes deep. Nobody told you or made you that way. It's like, it's in your nature. And so just because it's in your nature doesn't mean that we have to remove it or that we have to deny it in order to thrive out of it. It's about, how can we make this work for us all, right? For the me and the you, right? And the us, basically. So That's very significant. That Three of Pentacles has never been more important to show up in your reading. You know, this is a crucial moment. It is about understanding that, especially for people like you, Taurus, so smart, quick, learn, like, experience, wisdom, knowledge, this, that, and to just be the one that takes and sit down and takes a course and takes a lesson and dares to begin again into something new, and don't have to carry the weight that someone else can be responsible for something, or that they show loyalty to you and you can sort of just cope with whatever you got going on, instead of carrying everyone else's growth and abilities on your shoulders. It's that awareness that it can coexist, and it doesn't make you either or less than what you were before you tried that. So that's something that I'm feeling. It's like you're releasing something. This is the commitment, this with the pink as well. It's like you're releasing something is coming off. Girl, okay, I'm gonna move forward before I start. Like, I had really itchy arms when it comes to Aries energy. So for you, it's just on the pink. So it's just not like we just need to get rid of something, and it's good. It's balanced. Like, we don't need to do a whole 180. But it might feel that way. It might definitely open much more doors than you might expect it. Okay, the High Priestess, there we go. That's the energy I like to see. You have the Shaman and the High Priestess energy. Beautiful. Yep. That is embracing that other side. Understanding you can also be a leader in something that's less tensionable. Could also be viewed as there's something that has to do with less with like the physical realm and the physical world. So you're discovering a lot of things about yourself this year. A lot. Just also be very aware of your health, because it's your biggest wealth. I feel like if you're overdoing it a little bit too much, your health will like hold you back. I don't want you guys to fear it. I'm just saying it's to be conscious and to be aware. Just be conscious and be aware. And the thing is as well, something interesting that I wrote, if you hurt yourself, like for example, you hit your I don't know, what can you hit? Like you hit your toe, right? A lot of times when it comes to like hitting your toe, it's like the most excruciating pain for like at least like a minute. And then slowly but surely you go about your day and it starts to like remove itself. And it was just an instant shift that was needed. It was an instant like, hey, be conscious. What are you thinking about? Like, why you go, like maybe you're spiraling a little bit or whatever. And it's like the universe way of like waking you up, making you conscious, making you aware. I believe they could have done that in a little bit less of a painful way, but I'm just saying. But if you have something that like kind of lingers on for like a day or two or three or four, or even brings about bruising, like it's a long-term thing. It's like they want you to train yourself in a certain way of being conscious about something. Hey, this doesn't just, either words, don't take your health for granted, don't overdo things, don't overcommit, right? It's like it's a longer term of things. And yes, we can just focus on, the fact that it's really annoying when something like that happened and it like really holds you back from doing the things you were even planning to do or whatever, like when you get the flu or whatever. But at the same time, it will always serve you in some way, shape or form. It is trying to make you conscious and to sort of like, if you want to break a certain habit, if you want to bring about a certain level of consciousness, if they want to teach you more self-love, self-grace, self-patience, then something like that might take place in order to like, just get you out of the rat race for a moment. So I just want to talk about this now, because you have the beautiful High Priestess. Like I said, this is the key. That Three of Pentacles energy is the key, and it puts you in the Eight of Pentacles. You take something and you put it into work. You quickly go from the 3 to the 8. Quickly. With this High Priestess energy. And then you have the beautiful Empress. And you have the 10 of Pentacles. So no worry, Mr. King of Pentacles over here. Don't worry. You have nothing to worry about, because what you're building is much more beneficial. It's much more abundance, much more. It's the fear of losing what we got kind of creates a lack mentality, and it's really about having a mindset. It's like, for example, like I said, you might be a boss of something big, and you know, you may have the authority over this, over that, and then you go and take a painting class, for example. You know, I'll just use this because it's a painting class. And it's like, you've never done that before. You've never been in a room with like multiple people that learn how to draw, and you're all kind of on a similar level maybe. Some of you maybe already had like a couple more lessons. This is your first lesson. This is the first time you showing up. First time like you looking at like a new model that's like running around or like posing around for you and stuff. And it's like you're uncomfortable. And it's an illusion to think that makes you any less of that empowered person and version of yourself in all your other areas of your life, just because you're doing something that you're doing for the first time. It's all about, it can only add to the plate. It can only make you better, right? Like if you are a loving, committed, loyal partner, but your partnerships breaks up, you're not any less of a beautiful, loving, committed partner. It's just not another partner to send it to. Doesn't make you any less of that. It's just a new experience is about to rise to evolve you even more, to even give you more abundance, bring more love, bring more light, bring more awareness and growth. So it's the way we view things. And for you it's really shifting and changing, like the old ways of keeping you in this space, which is a comfortable space, which is a good space, you know, we can really, from the outside looking in, it's like it looks pretty good, but is it fulfilling? You know, is it bringing you contentment and connection? Like, is it emotional fulfillment? From the outside you can look at that, like you can't see that, but you feel it. So it's like trusting that following that path brings you into next level. So some people get one last chance. One last chance. Maybe some of you have a one last chance to like change education. Like maybe you have like one last chance to like change your education. Like maybe you were in this or that and you're like, you're just not feeling it. And this year coming up is like the last time where you can shift it around. Maybe you should, if you feel guided to do that. One last change, one last chance. Give it one last chance. Taurus. Well, damn. Look at that. I told you, but is it fulfilling though? Yes. This is a star card. This is most definitely feeling in alignment with what you're supposed to do, because you feel like you're being guided there. It feels like you are following a different type of rhythm, not the rhythm that gets you in a stagnant position. Even if it's a very high position, it's stagnant with the glass ceiling, right? This is open, free, authentic. This is you in all your glory is what I'm hearing. This is the you, the child in you, the mother in you, the father in you, the brother, the sister, all of you. The all of you. You don't feel necessarily like you have to prove others of your worth, and so you're feeling worthy through the eyes of others, but it's like you are growing and coming into a whole new different level of deserving and being and trusting who you are, what you have to offer. You don't have to prove that and offer it in order to know that that's what you have to offer. There's a difference in that, like I said earlier on with the commitment thing. So there's a lot of looking at things through different lenses for you in this new year ahead, Taurus. What else? Beautiful. We need to talk about this. The Nine of Swords. What's the Nine of Swords about? of you are going through a time of grief. That I do feel that maybe has taken place in either the year 2023, 2022. And working through those emotions takes time, it takes space, it fluctuates, it goes through different stages in timings that we can put our fingers on, and we shouldn't want to force that too much either. But you are definitely capable of communicating a lot about that. I feel some of you, because I brought up therapy earlier on, some of you really are going to do the deeper therapy with, with whatever type of help, a professional that you feel guided to do. Some people go to life coaches or spiritual mentorships, or psychics or astrologers. Some people go through different levels of therapy. It's just, follow what feels good for you. Try different things. Maybe you tried therapy before, but now you're going to give it one last chance, and actually it will be fruitful, because I am seeing that from feeling extremely overwhelmed and feel like you don't really have a view or a guideline. You go through okay, I'm still managing this, I'm still balancing this part of me and that part of me, but I feel like I'm more in capable of balancing it out, and it is through a level of expression, communication. You might actually start writing letters, and this is not just only for people who are dealing with grief from a physical loss. It's a spiritual loss and an emotional loss. So it's coping through that. And I'm coping through the fears and collecting the right tools to do it. Some of you, it's expression, whether it's through writing, whether it's through creating music, creating poetry, art, transmuting the energy elsewhere is what I'm hearing. So that's very good. Right, Taurus. All right, I feel like the focus and the time span is getting this. I'm gonna get to the end of the reading. Beautiful. They say, just because you may not show up as in the same form of protection, understanding you are always protected. If you're feeling guided to take a little bit more space for you, then understand the universe will have your back and provide the protection in another form. But if you never take that space, it doesn't need feeling either. It says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Spiritually protected. It's very, very strong. You have this Empress energy, and it came through with the inner goddess. The inner goddess card. Beautiful. Once again, there's a beautiful bird in this picture. I think it's a dove. Is it? Yeah, it's a dove. It says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, through self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Your divinity is a very strong keyword as well for you this year, Taurus. All right. Finding the balance. Ooh, sorry for the loud noise. All right. Taurus, I am available for personal 2024 readings. I don't have too many spots left on my list anymore. So I don't know when you hear this. But you can find the information in the description box about that below. For now, I just want to wish you guys a amazing, beautiful holiday season. And stay safe around New Year's Eve, of course, and just overall stay safe and take good care of you guys, okay? And also take some time to relax and enjoy yourself. All right. I love you, Taurus, and I'll see you guys on the other side in the new year. Bye, guys. Bye.